You're watching Ghost Watchers Northwest and I'm Rebecca. Tonight we're in the shadows of one of Scotland's most striking tower houses, Castle Fraser. So get yourself comfy and let's delve into the video. Standing alone in the Aberdeenshire countryside, Castle Fraser looks like something out of a storybook. Tall turrets, narrow staircases, rooms that seem to hold their breath. It's beautiful, but there's a reason so many people ask the same question. Is it haunted? Castle Fraser dates back to the 15th century, later expanded into the grand tower house we see today. Generations lived here, celebrated here, and if the stories are to be believed, something has never left. One of the most well-known legends tied to the castle tells of a young woman who met a violent end within these walls. Not a princess despite what you might hear online, but likely a servant or resident of the castle. The details are vague, that's part of what makes it unsettling. Sometime in the past, in one of the upper rooms, she was attacked and killed. What happened next is where the story turns from tragedy to something far more disturbing. It is said that her body was carried down the stone staircase, and as it was, it left behind a trail of blood. Servants tried to clean it again and again and again, but no matter how hard they scrubbed, the stain wouldn't come out. In some versions of the story, the staircase had to be covered or replaced entirely, just to hide what wouldn't disappear, a mark that refused to be erased. Even now, people claim the castle doesn't feel empty. Visitors and staff have reported strange, quiet disturbances, things that are easy to dismiss until you experience them yourself. Footsteps in rooms with no one inside, doors opening when there's no one there to touch them. A sudden coldness that doesn't pass through but seems to linger right beside you. And then there are the sightings. A woman, pale, silent, moving through the corridors, not rushing and not reacting. Just walking as though she's following a path she's taken many times before. Some believe she's still there, tied to the place where her life ended so suddenly, trapped in a moment that never quite let go. There are also reports of something else, something harder to explain. The sound of children, laughter echoing faintly through the parts of the castle where no children are present. Quick movements in the corner of your eye, and that feeling of being watched. Of course, there's no official record confirming any of this, no documented murder that neatly explains this legend, no proof that what people are experiencing is anything paranormal. But that's often how these places work. History leaves gaps, and in those gaps, stories grow. So, is Castle Fraser haunted? There's no definite answer, just centuries of history, unexplained experiences, and a story that refuses to be forgotten. So if you ever find yourself walking these halls, listen closely. As always, whether you believe in the paranormal or not, places like Fraser Castle have a way of leaving an impression. We actually visited the castle recently, and I'll be sharing a full tour including the beautiful gardens over on my other channel, Matt and Beck Explores. That's where we share some of our family adventures, travel and day-to-day exploring, so if you'd like to see the castle from a different perspective, keep an eye out for that one. But I will say, while walking through some of the rooms, there were moments that felt just a little bit off, nothing you can't quite explain, but enough to make you pause. And one thing I can't ignore, our 2-year-old son, completely unprompted, stood in one of the rooms and said, "No, bad house." Now, make of that what you will. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. and join me for more spooky stories if you dare.